Starbucks knows what you want to drink. Not because of your order history, not because of a survey, because they built an owl so powerful it predicted the orders of 17 million people before those people even opened the app. And here's the part that nobody's talking about. They've been doing it for years, right under your nose. Most people think Starbucks is a coffee company. It's not. Starbucks is a data company that sells coffee. Think about that for a second. Every time you open the Starbucks app, every tap, every customization, every time you added an extra shot at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, that data went somewhere. It went into a system called Deep Brew. And Deep Brew doesn't just remember your order. It studies you. It cross-references your purchase history with the weather, outside your location, the time of day, what's trending nationally, and what people like you ordered the week before. Then before you've even decided what you want, it serves you a recommendation. And here's what makes this genuinely unsettling. It's usually right. But personalized recommendations? That's just the surface. What Deep Brew does behind the scenes inside those 38,000 stores is a completely different story. And that's where things get wild. Picture a Starbucks in downtown Chicago, Tuesday morning, 7:43 a.m. The barista didn't just show up and hope for the best. Deep Brew already knew, based on weather data, foot traffic patterns, local events, and historical sales, exactly how many customers were walking through that door, what they were ordering, and how many staff were needed to handle it. The system does labor scheduling across all 38,000 stores. Not a regional manager guessing. Not a spreadsheet. An AI making real-time workforce decisions at a scale that no human team could physically manage. And the inventory side, if a neighborhood starts trending toward oat milk orders, Deep Brew catches it before the store runs out. Before the customer ever sees an unavailable notice. Before it happens. Now think about what that means at scale. 38,000 stores, 17 million active app users, every data point feeding back into the system. Every order making it smarter. This is not a loyalty program. This is a self-learning owl empire. And Starbucks built it quietly, while everyone was focused on their PSL. But here's the question no one in the business press is asking. What did this actually cost them to build? And how do you measure whether it worked? The answer to that second question is going to change how you think about owl in business forever. Starbucks reported a 30% increase in return on investment tied directly to the Deep Brew platform. 30% for a company doing over $35 billion in annual revenue. Staggering. That number is... But here's what I want you to understand, because most content won't tell you this part. The ROI didn't come from selling more coffee. It came from eliminating waste. Waste in labor, waste in inventory, waste in missed upsell opportunities, waste in customer churn from bad experiences. Deep Brew quietly patched every single one of those leaks. A customer who feels like Starbucks gets them comes back more often, spends more per visit, refers their friends. Loyalty engineered by machine learning. And while every other brand was running discount promotions and email blasts, Starbucks was building infrastructure that compounds. Every new user makes the model smarter. Every order makes the next recommendation sharper. That's not marketing, that's a moat. Now here's what I want you to sit with. Starbucks didn't just use AI to sell coffee. They used it to figure out something most billion-dollar companies still haven't cracked. How do you make 17 million people feel like you're talking to just one of them? The lesson here isn't build an A system. The lesson is this. The companies winning right now aren't the ones with the best product. They're the ones who know their customer better than the customer.